everyone, this is Tappers here again, and welcome to another new Let's Play for the channel in question. And you might be wondering, well, I got a bunch of Wii U Virtual Console stuff, so what could I be playing? Well, we're going after yet another Kirby game because, well, this one is very classic, and I mean incredibly classic. We're talking 21 years of being around in the Kirby series, and wow, that is incredibly loud, but I'm sure it'll be fine. But yeah, seeing this opening cinematic, it brings back memories. Kirby Superstar for the Super Nintendo. Released 1996 by HAL Laboratory with, well, Sakurai, Iwata, and, well, Shigeru Miyamoto because, well, it's Nintendo. What is special about Kirby Superstar? Well, this is a game that advertises as being 8 games in one, or 9 games in one technically. But yeah, this game has quite a bit to offer. The first of which is Spring Breeze. I'm going to be going after all the games in, well, this game in order to get 100%, kind of like how I did Nightmare in Dreamland. Speaking of Dreamland, it is a nightmare because King Dedede and his soldiers are, guess what, stealing all the food in Dreamland. Yes, this is kind of similar to the original Dreamland because, and more audio issues, I don't know why it does that, but the sound seemed to randomly cut out. But yeah, this is pretty much similar to the original Kirby Dreamland, but with some more added features to kind of make it a little better. Do we know how to play Spring Breeze? Are we a beginner? No, but we will learn some of the basics anyway because I don't feel like skipping them. Basically, unlike Dreamland, we can, well, copy abilities, and we can actually make helpers by pressing the A button. But that's not important right now because we're going to Green Greens and seeing the usual hilarious shenanigans and going through all the controls. We can float, we can puff out popcorn, we can get the beam ability, which is a new ability by this point in the series. Or, well, actually no it isn't because it was an adventure. I'm completely lying. But one thing to note about Superstar is that it added upon some of the abilities that you see in the original adventure, because you can actually pull off different moves depending on what you do with like directional control and all the other stuff. And we can also grab enemies and, well, fire them off from our wand's beam of awesomeness. You can also fire a charge shot, because that's always great. And yeah, that was Poppy Bros Jr., and we also get a new power-up called Bomb. This one's kind of similar. I mean, if you're familiar with Bomb Man from like Powered Up or anything like that, you can set bombs down, you can throw bombs, you can aim them by holding the Y button. You can also watch Poppy Bros Jr. blow himself up because he is an official mascot of Team Poor Life Choices. And it also makes a great GIF if you need it. But yeah, I'd say that the beam power-up is, and there's actually a little fact that I found out that I guess at one point Sakurai considered beam one of his favorite power-ups, but there's actually 2 others that he considers his favorite. Speaking of favorite, this boss music is absolutely awesome. Speaking of awesome, we also have the ability to guard, which I never mentioned. And, well, I should be mentioning Wispy Woods, but he's very kind of unsurprising at this point because, well, drop apples, shoot popcorn out of his mouth, and do the Kirby dance. As we go into the next stage, Castle Lolo, oh, I'm sorry, it's actually Float Islands. So, it's not, this is actually sort of a smaller, updated version of the original Dreamland. And, I mean, I've already mentioned it, but there is no Castle Lolo. Well, I'll get to that in a little bit. We have the fighter ability, which we technically didn't have in, was it Adventure? But we do have some familiar landscapes like from the original. I mean, not everything is particularly the same, but yeah. One thing I should mention about helpers, now I've mentioned that you just spit out your ability to poof them out, but they're not particularly good in most cases. A lot of it's kind of like AI unintelligence, or more like AU, but artificial unintelligence, but yeah. You also get the star candy, which is something that we didn't see in the original because there was some other good stuff, but we do also get the reappearance of Mr. Frosty, who you can, well, just kill instantly if I felt like it, but I like his shenanigans in this game more than anything. But now, I was mentioning Castle Lolo, but actually now we're there, and we also get the crash ability, which, well, kind of destroys everything, as Sir Kibble just kind of slashes us quite a bit. And yeah, we get Lolo and Lalala because we're invading their game. We are infringing on their property. And they also have Gordos sometimes, but that's kind of not important. But I guess for some reason they decided to combine Lolo Castle and Float Islands for some odd reason, but it doesn't really matter because, well, no one cares about Kabula because, yeah, spoiler, he's not in this game. Now, I could be mentioning the obvious that I'm neglecting to mention, but I'll mention that at some point during this playthrough. As we head to Bubbly Clouds, and we better hurry on because we're catching a cold, but we need to get our head out of the clouds, so maybe that would help out. And the music's about as good as what it was in the Game Boy. And we also have the sword power-up, which has, well, the Link hat of awesomeness, or it's just a green Santa hat, I don't know. But now we also get some newer power-ups. We mentioned Cutter before, but now we also have Mirror, which is pretty defensive and pretty interesting. If you just hold A, you can actually shoot out mirror panels that'll just kind of destroy and block everything. You can hold R, well actually I'll show you in a bit here, as we get ready to fight Kracko. Oh, just kidding. We're not actually fighting, okay, yeah, we're fighting Kracko Jr. You can split in two with the dash, and then, well, okay, you didn't get to see there, but Kracko would drop bombs across the screen. I wasn't expecting the Mirage attack to actually hit him, so kind of all well. But we don't need any partners for the rest of the way. We've got some mic abilities to test out our sound font and all that good stuff. But one thing I actually should mention, aside from those flowers being named Lovely, is that when you inhale and you're floating with Kirby, usually if you touch the ground, you would still keep the bullet and just keep yourself puffed in. Also, the secret still remains, just to kind of mention as we free fall. But normally, you wouldn't puff out the popcorn from Kirby if he touches the ground, but that's kind of the case in this game. But not all the other games. But anyway, as we follow the ground and we have the sleep ability creeping onto us, and also the newly added Oh, actually, no, wait, Bonkers was in Adventure, at least as far as I remember, but he gets a much better design update when you in Kirby Superstar Ultra, which I completely didn't mention. And we also get the hammer ability, which I love so much in this game, because it doesn't feel stiff. It feels fluid, at least I think. Also, Kracko, because, well, we can't have a Kirby game without him, as you get to hear the awesome sound effects of the hammer. And oh yeah, I didn't mention that in this game, Kirby has an actual life bar instead of little pellets to describe his, well, life choices. I don't know. I'm not sure what I was going with there, but the sound effects and the music in this game are just really good, and unfortunately I can't really hit Kracko with the uppercut flame attack, burning mallet of doom. But one thing that you probably noted is that Kirby doesn't exactly have invincibility frames sometimes when he gets combo attacked, so it can kind of be easy to die. But because that attack was so pitiful in damage, it's not really a worry. Also, we get a nice background of the night sky as we head to Mount D&D to face off one-on-one for the last time. And yeah, this is much shorter than the original, mostly because of abilities. And yeah, you don't have a boss rush, so no need to worry about that. And because we have abilities, King D&D is a lot easier in this game. And you can sort of at least kind of tell what he's going to do. And we also get the crowd actually watching instead of just being monochrome white or whatever. And a lot more animation with his attacks. Well, which I think is already what I said. But mallet on mallet, we gotta see who's got the best hammer of them all. And it's obvious that we do, as we chuck our hammer and Tistol. We tested it all, and it's really weird because King D&D is supposed to go like, but for some reason it ended up making the Rockstar sound. I don't know if that's a glitch or if it's just completely random, but in a previous test playthrough or something like that, as the sound kind of bugs out, I think the quality was just kind of off in this part, but I sort of improve it later, sort of, as the credits completely scroll by so fast that you kind of like one frame credits. But anyway, yeah, that was Spring Breeze. It's, well, a breeze. I mean, it should not take you any more than 10 minutes, kind of like the original shouldn't take you more than 20, but I think it probably did. But yeah, we're officially done with the Superstar. No, we're clearly not, but there's a lot more where this came from. There is no extra mode, seeing as this is kind of just a sub-game in a main game or whatever, but the scenes are pretty much the same, except that Kirby has a little more going on with him, and you can tell there's a lot of Wild D's, and we get to play the next game and watch as the ice cream, fudge bars, and hot dogs, grapes, fruit, and everything we get to ingest and be unhealthy. But speaking of, well, possibly unhealthy, let's have a gourmet race, where we basically gobble down everything we can, but we're going to go over the plot real quickly as soon as it transitions, because we're going to be playing the Grand Prix, and Kirby is pretty much exhausting himself in an endurance run to reach the top so that he can chow down on all the delicious apple shortcakes and everything. Eventually he does make it, and he's greeted by the nightmare fuel that is King D&D, as you see. My goodness, it's very frightening. Less frightening than the others. Is this your first time playing Gourmet Race? No. Here's how to play Gourmet Race. Yes, I am kind of bringing up what Andude kind of mentioned in his review, which is, it's kind of hilarious, but it's true that I don't know if they necessarily thought it through. But yeah, Gourmet Race. It's really simple. You race, grab a bunch of food, and by the end of 3 races, they tally down all the food, fruit, and everything, because there's got to be a winner, and you can't have a draw. It's not like the NFL. No, I won't go there. But it should be noted that Kirby's speed is enhanced during this, and I want to grab that max tomato, but one thing I didn't know was that sometimes King D&D will just have no collision detection with those star blocks, because I thought he had to at least use his hammer on them because, well, Kirby's smaller, but I guess D&D doesn't have a hitbox, and I allow him to kind of slowly close the gap as far as how much he consumes compared to me. I mean, eventually he'll cut the lead down and win at this rate, but I kind of am good at climbing ladders faster than he can actually float, which is kind of scary to look at, I mean, in this game. But I do grab the max tomato before he crosses the finish line, because you actually have to touch it down, otherwise he can cross and then you don't get the bonus by the end. And also, there's actually power-ups in Gourmet Race, which is a whopping 3, 4, 5, I didn't even look, but Yeah, Parasol is back, and it is still relatively good. In fact, it's a lot better in this game than in Nightmare Dreamland, mostly because it's not as floaty as it used to be, and for some reason I lost track of direction. I think I allowed DED to take the lead in food for at least a little while, till I star Parasol drop into the water. Also, we can attack underwater if we want to, but it's kind of unwieldy and there's no reason because there's no enemies, so I'm mentioning the irrelevant. But this is also the introduction of Gourmet Race, in a way. At least, more so and more memorable, I would say. I don't even... Actually, Gourmet Race would be in the others, but... Well, no, wait, well, King DED is Gourmet Race, but I mean, I don't even know what I'm talking about. But we tally all the food, and I'm just shy of 200. Yeah, this was kind of one of my weaker attempts at Gourmet Race, but it doesn't matter because we win without any problem. And Kirby has the same sprite as in the tutorials, so there's that. But yeah, we've already completed 2 sub-games in less than 15 minutes, I would say. But next time we meet, we'll be heading into Dynablade. So this has been Tappers, and I'll see you again next time.